Good morning, everybody. Rodney here. Hope everybody's doing well. So, come on in here, Philip. What are you looking at, man?
Looking for drones. You there?
You can't see him if you're inside.
Well, I see one right here. I'm looking at one right now.
I don't believe you.
Oh, it's the ceiling fan. That's what it is. Okay.
Morning, Dan. All right, hanging out with Big Ron. John, how you doing, brother?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
Good morning, John.
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing
Hey,
all
Phil.
right. You're cold, man.
Hey, John.
I gotta mute my. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Morning,
Yes,
Mike.
unfortunately, we can hear you, Phil.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm kidding, Phil.
I'm using a wireless mic, and I don't know if it's working or not.
You sound good.
You do sound
If that's
all right.
possible. If that's possible, Phil, you sound good.
Is it? You said it's popping? Uh-huh.
Hang on a minute, guys. You guys go ahead and talk.
Phil, what have you been up
There's
to?
one
You been
person
flying?
I forgot to send a link to.
Just been working, and
Oh, that's no fun.
you know, not
Long
enough time
hours.
not enough time to fly, not enough time to do anything really, and
Man, they just let anybody in here, don't they?
Well, obviously, I'm here, so.
Well,
Oh my
oh,
God!
oh no.
Oh my
Hey,
God!
Rodney, you didn't tell me Joe was going to be on. I think
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
just
Yeah, you
say
didn't.
my goodbyes.
I wanted to surprise you, John.
Oh, okay. Well,
I saw John
see
and
you
Philip
later.
first. I
See
said,
you
"Oh,
later."
okay, I got to jump in." Yeah, good seeing you, John. Hey, I got a gift coming to you that should be there today.
I know. I've been watching.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
forward to it. I'm looking forward to
How's
it.
everybody this morning? What's up, Philip? Rodney?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Hanging in there. Saturday morning.
It is. It
Yeah.
is that.
I
Was
can't
up
stay
early.
too long because I'm taking boxes up from the basement. Today is decoration day here for Christmas, so I'm going to be testing out my sore back here, loading stuff up. So.
Do you have to go up in the attic and back down
No,
the bins? That's
Nope,
that's what I got to go do today.
it's all in our basement.
Morning, Mike.
So.
You got a unfinished basement, John?
Part of it's unfinished and most of it is finished.
Semi-finished.
So.
Yeah,
Morning,
we have a holiday closet that kind of wraps around underneath the stairs, you know, and then
Okay.
an attic. I gotta miss basements. I miss basements so much.
Yeah, that's where you put all your junk.
Yeah.
You know, like
I just have a garage for that.
Kansas City Chiefs memorabilia. That's where you would put. You know, if I had any.
Just the
I'd put it in
idea
there.
of basement, man. I've been in Texas 16 years. We ain't got that stuff. But man,
Morning,
like
Brian.
when I grew up, we had finished basements, so like it was cool down there in the summer, and
Right.
and nice recreational areas and pool tables, whatnot. I mean, they're just awesome spot. And then for storage too, just for crap,
Yep.
And it's like so missed living on a slab.
Wish I could lift mine up and put a basement underneath and then set it back down again.
Right.
Hey, amen. That's me, Mike.
I'm
Yep.
most happy to have a basement when I hear the sirens go off when there's a tornado warning.
For sure.
We had one fairly close.
Yeah,
Probably
and that too. Yeah,
miles
we
from
had
us. I
we
mean,
had a
that's-
couple in Kansas City that I was close to, and years ago, it's like shit, get in the basement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, John, we do the southern thing. We hang out in the bathtub.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say driveway.
Yeah.
They stand
Oh, look
outside.
at that.
That too.
Phil will be out there.
Monsters out and
That's
get a
what we did
beer.
in Oklahoma when a tornado came along. We went out and watched it in the driveway.
Yeah. I remember years ago, I was at a casino in Kansas City, and I was in the poker room, and they got TVs in there, and they had the news on, and I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, damn, there's a tornado watch that they're watching or whatever. And then I realized, oh, it's right by the casino that I'm in. How about that? Like, oh, damn. Lord
the
help me.
basement of the
Yeah.
casino.
That was funny.
All right, come on, start up.
Too early to
Starting up
start
there,
up.
Phil.
I'm working on the gimbal for. We're going up to the falls tomorrow evening. They got a Christmas thing going on up there,
Oh, nice.
so I'm getting my gimbal ready for the camera. I don't know why it's a late starter though.
Nice.
Nice.
What camera are you using there, Phil?
Nikon Z50, or is it
Okay.
a Canon? No, Nikon.
Nikon, yeah.
Yeah, the
Nice.
Z series. Yeah, my sister-in-law's a big Nikon fan.
Good morning, Skyfly.
On Joel.
Morning.
Or Joel,
And,
hope you're feeling better.
Brian, Waypoint, New England's in the house.
Or Brian.
So, what you boys got planned for today?
Rainy here all weekend. I think all up through Wednesday. Just haven't flown in a minute.
Yeah.
Having withdrawals.
Yeah,
I feel you there, Joe.
I went and flew yesterday, partly because of the withdrawals, because it's been just nasty here the past week or so.
Yeah.
And I tried out my F4U Corsair.
Yeah, that was cool.
All that.
That was
And,
cool, Rodney.
that was-
Come right over your head. Yeah. How close was that to your head anyway? I was curious.
Yeah, it was coming at me, and I wasn't worried about it. But for some reason, I must have twitched or something, because it just pointed down at me, and I'm
Oh,
like,
damn. Because it's hard to tell in the video. I was like, was that 10 feet over his head or 1 foot over his head? Like, where was that? You know?
it was probably about 4 foot over my
Yeah,
head.
yeah. Kind of give you a little.
It started down, and it was aiming right at my face.
You
Rodney,
hit a wind
That'll
shear.
make your butt pucker, that's for sure.
That's
And
what
line of
happened,
sight,
Rodney.
yeah, flying towards you. That's difficult. Uh-huh.
It was the
Yeah.
wind shear.
Wind shear.
That kind of takes some getting used to flying towards me,
Dennis.
because I have
Hey.
to
Good
Dennis,
morning.
I have to consciously figure out which is, when it's coming at you, your left and right is completely different.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to switch that in your brain for sure.
Yep. So, Ken, place it here is here.
Kenny.
Yeah, that's what got me in trouble.
Dyslexia would really be helpful.
Do what?
That's when dyslexia would really be helpful.
Good point.
I think they call it headless mode.
Well, that's
Dyslexia.
I lost a prop yesterday at the office. I was taking some pictures of the front of the office, and that's what happened to me. I went left when I should have went right, and went right
Yang when
into
you should have yanged.
went right into a tree limb and broke the prop.
What were you
And you
flying?
Oops.
The Mini 4 Pro.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny because when I'm wearing the goggles, I have no problem with that. It's just when I'm flying line of sight is when I have the problem.
Well, that makes sense, yeah, because from a pilot's perspective,
Yeah.
you're still turning left when you're turning,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Left. Yeah, that's right. Left.
When you're in the goggles, left is left, right is right, up is down, up is right.
So
Make
Ken
no
is
difference.
doing a Costco run today.
Oh, good.
That's what we're doing
That
today
means-
too.
I got a
Hey,
list
hey,
here,
Ken.
Ken.
Ken, pick me up a 101 inch TV, please. 4K.
Yes. Yes.
Man, I'll tell you what, those big TVs are really, really popular now, aren't they?
And the prices are crazy.
Oh, they're just ridiculously cheap. Golly. I mean, I know I was going through Walmart the other day, and I know it's Walmart, but still, it was a Vizio. And, sure, it's the lower end. 75 inch was like $498 or
Isn't that
$478.
crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking at the Samsung 65. I only have a 55 right now. That's all I can fit in there. And then 65, and then their top of the line 65 is like $600.
Jeez.
Wow.
I mean, that's
We
what
got a
200
65 curve panel years ago, Samsung.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Samsung 65. I think it was 1400 or something. This was,
Well,
some
go to
time ago.
Costco. If you want to see high prices, go to Costco and see those
Yeah.
TVs there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at the
$2,000,
clarity of them.
$3,000. Yeah.
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 I mean,
I remember I walked into Best Buy. This was back in like the late 1999 or in early 2000s. I walked one of those, and I walked into Best Buy and they had this Samsung 101-inch TV. It was beautiful. It was large. It wasn't 4K at the time, but it was $9,999.
10 G's.
10 G's for a TV.
Yeah.
You imagine
Yeah, I
if-
remember when those plasmas first came out, like a 36-inch
plasma.
hanging on the wall. They were like 10, 15 grand, right?
Yeah.
And they had an amazing picture.
Yeah.
Plasma TV.
That's when you
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
"I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait for the price to go
Yeah.
down."
Oh,
Yeah.
my
My
God,
brother-in-law
yeah.
in
Now
Germany,
look at them.
my brother-in-law in Germany showed me his camera that he has, that displays onto the wall. He's just got his wall painted white, but he's got that, and it can go out to like 120-inch or something like that. But
Yeah.
that was way pre-COVID and everything. 15 years ago.
Yeah. I don't know if Dan is still in the chat, but he bought one of those projector screens or projectors from Temu.
Temu.
And every now and then he'll post a video of having a movie night, and it doesn't look too bad, and it's huge.
Yeah,
So-
my boss and friend, he uses projectors for, he doesn't have a television. He uses projectors down in his living room area and then up in his loft area. The living room, he's got a perfect wall for it. In the loft, he has a powered roll down screen, and that's what he has for both of his, 10-inch, I think they are. I think they're 120-inch. Or
I
tackle
bought
10
off
inch,
of
10 foot.
TikTok. I got a projector. It's just a round one that you can mount to any tripod and everything. And it comes with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and then on top of that, you got all your apps in it already.
Yeah.
So you can just Wi-Fi and watch whatever you want to watch. And
I don't remember what phone
$35.
I had years ago. I had a cell phone years ago. I'm trying to think of it, but it had a bunch of magnetic attachments that would go to the back of it.
Motorola. Wasn't it
That's it.
Motorola?
Yeah, Z3, Z. I think I had the.
Yeah,
I think it was the Z series. I think I had the Z2, and then when I got a new one, it was the Z4. It was out, so I got that. Or maybe it was the 1 and the 3. I don't remember. But those were
The
really cool, and they
mods.
had a projector. They had a projector attachment that I picked up, and you just put whatever on your phone, and just it was like a little clamshell that opened up like this and projected on a wall. It was super cool.
It looked like the old Polaroid cameras that zipped up.
Kind of like that, yeah. It had like a little hinge on one side of it, and it would a strong hinge, and it would just display wherever. Just put it on the wall, and super cool and clear.
It was they called them mods. The
mods, exactly.
Mods. Yeah,
I had the JBL speaker mods for when I was working, and that thing
those were raw.
loud, especially if I'm doing like tile work in a bathroom or something. Like it echoed through the whole house, like you wouldn't need it all the way up. And there was a 360 mod. I didn't have it. 360 camera mod. Anyway, we're talking about projectors. That reminded me of that phone mod I had.
That's pretty cool.
How long ago was that, Joe?
Let's see. I was new to roofing, so about 6, 7 years ago, when I had that.
That must have been among the first 360 commercial cameras available, huh?
Consumer, you mean consumer?
Consumer is what I meant. Yes.
Yeah. It may have been. I think it was still kind of a newer thing.
Wow.
So yeah, I didn't have that. It was pricey.
I don't know when the 360 One X became available, but it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
It didn't feel like it was that long ago.
I'm gonna say it was probably 2019. It might have been 5 years.
Wow.
So I'm going to throw this out there.
Uh-oh.
Like somebody's able to catch
Drones.
drones in New
Third
Jersey.
thought on all the drones.
Oh, in Jersey?
in Jersey,
More, I best say more death.
Pennsylvania. It's out on the West Coast now. Everybody's seeing drones.
No comment. It's political. I don't
Yeah,
talk
me too.
political.
Yeah.
It's news.
Here-
I don't watch the news.
Here's my only thought. Here's my only thought on that. It's awful funny to me that the drone ban is losing steam in Congress and Senate and all that. And suddenly, out of nowhere, all these drones start flying over our bases and all of our nuclear things. And give me a
It's
break.
all media.
It's the
No
tail
comment.
wagging the dog.
That
Yep.
Mike, the government says it's not them. They're correct. It's not them. It's a company working for them.
Right.
Well, I just saw they came out. Did you see XJet's thing on it? That he showed that it was all planes and stuff like that.
Well, several
now-
of the videos I've watched, this one video is clearly a plane. It got silhouetted by the moon as it was flying
Right,
over the
right.
person videoing it. And it was a plane. It was like a 767 or something.
Okay, so that 767s are not going to fly in formation with like 7 or 8 drones at one time.
True.
Yeah.
But this
So-
person was calling it out as a drone. I'm just saying.
Right, right.
But don't a lot
My
of them
point is
have the navigation lights on them and everything too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're flying
mean,
with navigation lights, headlights, all that stuff.
I got slammed on Ken's video by saying, most of these are planes. And of course, the guy came back and he must live in Jersey. He was like, these are not planes. I can tell you that right now.
I have a buddy of mine that did the same thing. He called me the other day. I can't believe this stuff. And and I said, well, this is what I heard. That he goes, it's not planes. They're not going to fly that close together. And blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, Pack. It's okay.
And you
Back
hear all
off.
kinds of stuff like,
Don't have a-
I
have
have
a
no
stroke
idea
over it.
how big it was, but it was about the size of. All right, now come on. Do you have any
Right.
idea how big it was?
What's your
Well,
point of
apparently-
reference?
And every
Well,
picture you see is blurry. And you're like,
Right.
well,
I know it's crazy.
show me a clear cut picture or something. He said, you ever tried taking a picture of the moon? And I said,
Yeah.
yeah, several times. I gotten some clear shots out of it.
Well,
Yeah.
one picture that struck me kind of funny was, I forget what it was called, but remember last year or this year at the minefield, they had that demo, that big quad.
That beats all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that big
Yeah.
VTOL. One of the pictures they were showing was one of those.
I've seen
Mhm.
that, Rodney. I've seen that picture.
And
Yeah.
So
See, I haven't seen any of them at all in person, so I can't say for sure. I have no
I
idea.
can't either.
But
But it's
the
seems a little
the
weird to
videos
me.
that I've seen, leftovers from a drone show. The only videos you see are from somebody going like this, and they're going all, and the drone is going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the way it's moving around the sky. Look at the way it's.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it just, and then, the media kind of comes in and starts, they
That's
take the
the
ball
biggest
and run with
order
it.
of it
and-
right there.
Yeah.
the media doing what the media does.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Well, Madprop says planes don't have red and green lights on the front and rear, which is true,
no,
But-
and drones.
I bet they can be installed there if you wanted to.
Hey,
Good.
true.
Navigation lights. Your red should be on the left and your green should be on the right.
Oops.
And if they
From our
have
perspective.
4.5, then they're not flying legally to begin with.
You mean
So-
red on the left and green on the right as you're sitting in the plane
Chris.
or as you're looking at it?
As you're sitting on the plane,
Okay.
green should be. It's the same thing for ships at sea. Green is always on the right, and the red is always on the left.
You think
That
it would
way-
be You think it'd be opposite so you can remember it better.
Red is right. Yeah. No, that would require intelligence.
So, and the purpose for that is so you can tell which direction the vessel is going, whether it's an airplane or a ship. Because if you're on a ship and you're going to be crossing a ship's path, they should be seeing your green light. That means they have to give right away.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
That's the law of boats. You pass green to green.
I thought it was just because it was Christmas thing.
Well, then that makes another issue is why do the drone manufacturers put green on the back and red in the front?
Do what?
The drone manufacturers, the lights. Why do they put the green lights in the back and the red lights in the front?
That's a good question. I've always wondered that myself, but
I just don't. Now that we're talking about it, that just came up. I'm just wondering why they wouldn't have done the same thing.
You're right, but those lights you can't see more than for
True,
any distance.
true.
I mean, I put my drone right up above me, and I just barely see them.
Yeah, they're not for
Are these-
navigation.
Right.
Are these
Just
American
say,
standards
okay.
or global standards, Rodney?
I think they're pretty much global standards.
I believe it's worldwide.
I
Yeah.
believe it is too.
And I mean, so
I think the reason they orient the lights on the drones is to tell, okay, green it's coming this way, and red it's coming that way, more for the pilot to.
Right.
Yeah. The great thing about standards is there's so many from which to choose, right? So,
That's right. That's right. Pick one and run. Run with it.
Rodney, did you see what Chris said? Best to fly without lights.
That sounds like something somebody from
that
Texas
sounds like
would say.
you know what?
You
This
rebel.
morning when I
you
went up,
rebel
I always turn my strobe light on when I go up because I want to be the law-abiding citizen, right?
Right.
But this morning, I seriously considered not turning it on.
Now,
Yeah, you're right in the thick of it out there.
Ronnie, is yours on top?
Yeah.
Now, I've always wondered, you put them on top, and I guess that's just anything above you can see it, because down below you're not going to be able to see any of that.
Right.
So
Now I have known people that would put like when I flew my P4P, the light was always on one of the legs, so it was down below it, and so you could see it depending on which direction it was facing.
yeah.
I always mount my strobe lights pointing forward and pointing back on the legs. So
Yeah, me too.
I saw Hot Rod did that once he had one of those firehouse lights.
that's what I'm
And
talking
he put
about. Yeah.
in his Altel, first drone meetup, and he flew out over the Sound or over the intercoastal there, and he was out, I'm guessing 2 miles. You could still see that strobe flashing in the daylight.
Oh, yeah. When I was in Australia, Matt North was impressed with the Firehouse 5 strobes. He was flying way out. When I did that kangaroo video, he did the flying for that, and he was far away, but it was no problem seeing exactly where it was because of the lights.
Yeah.
Is that one of those firehouse lights?
Yeah.
I think right.
And that's just the single one. The other one is I put it away already. I've got the double one that's
Hey,
really
Warren,
bright.
you have a good day, brother.
See you, Warren.
This is the 5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's nice.
Yep.
Yeah. So
You put that on the top, Dennis, or the bottom?
I put them
Ah,
facing forward.
ah.
Or do you put it on the? What do you mean? Like, does it mount upward like that?
Let me show you. So
I'm just
sometimes
imagining it being flat on the bottom or top of drone, but
I'm
I would
blind.
think you would. I think on top is the best place now that I'm thinking about it, actually, because that's where I have a little light that I got super cheap that I put on that flashes. But if
This,
you oh, it comes with a mount.
Okay, it goes on the leg.
Oh, that's
this goes
nice.
on the leg, right? That's
Gotcha.
what I was saying.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have trouble putting it on here just.
No,
with
I
my
understand
hand,
now. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah,
But-
I just mount it like this,
Okay.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So, and I do the same thing. Now these, I can choose the color once it's lit.
Yeah.
That's the Firehouse Strobe 5. So that's white. And then it goes through cycles. And there's the red.
My eyes.
Yeah, that is correct.
That's where I put mine.
So
Gotcha.
they go white, red, green, blue.
So then you have one on two different legs. You got one on the left and one on the right.
I have 4.
You have 4.
Holy cow.
Wow.
So I put a red one on the left front.
See if he
and a
remembers.
red one on the right front, on the left rear rather. Then that way I can see the orientation.
Okay, gotcha. It doesn't affect your video at night. Strobe.
Yeah, you don't want to do that if you're making.
If you're doing some
making
video,
a,
Yeah, just put it in the back, the
In
back
fact-
side.
I can only remember one time I made a video at night on purpose.
yeah. I don't fly much at night either.
That was in Miami, and I actually used the lights because I was on the top of a hotel, and I wanted to be able to see it, know where it was because I wasn't used to the area.
Exactly, mad props.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I
Well,
was thinking.
I use it
Should be
for
on the top. That's who
orientation.
needs
I
to
have a
see
problem
it.
with that
Yeah.
anyway. So I put them on not just for others to see, but also for me to see.
And if you've
Yeah.
got 4 of them on there, I think aircraft are going to see you anyway
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
because your
Pretty
drone's
sure.
like this, and so they're
Yeah.
aiming up or
There's,
what have you.
there's not an angle from which it can't be seen. I don't think.
Correct.
Yeah.
Overly cautious Dennis, the singing drummer.
Well, I'm spoiled.
They came down from Jersey and now they're in Georgia.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is one of them right here. It masquerades as
They
fun.
transported
Masquerades.
Brian.
There's 4 of them.
Oh, good morning.
There are 4 of them clustered together, and they're all blinking different colors.
Hey, speaking of gadgets, I picked up a wolf box. You guys know what a wolf box is? Dash cam.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys heard of that?
I know what a dash cam is, but Wolfpack.
Well, yeah, it's the wolf box is like it's kind of an oversized rear view mirror shaped,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
it straps onto your mirror, and there's a camera
Oh.
facing forward on that, but then it comes with another camera that you put in the back that gives you an
Right.
LED screen, on your
Nice.
rear view. That was kind of neat. I've been kind of playing with that the last couple of days, mounting it.
Is that on all the time, Joe?
I did just pick up a hardwire kit because it does shut off. Like when I started in the morning, I have to reset the time because it's
Okay.
cigarette
Oh.
lighter.
Yeah.
Right.
Powered.
Right.
Yeah.
So I picked up $20 hardwire kit. I was gonna work on it today, but it's freaking raining, so I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll do it. But kind of a fun little gadget, and it's a nice because I have a camper shell now in the back of my truck, so you can't see much out the rear view mirror anyway.
yeah.
Yeah. And my Explorer's rear camera is taking a crap where it started going black and said can't connect. And then all of a sudden it comes on. It shows reverse now. It shows
Interesting.
a flip
Like a mirror
view
image?
backing up. So you got to kind of like, okay, I need to turn.
That's
Oh,
interesting. Huh?
man.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Kind of like navigating.
Yeah.
You
On
gotta
that wolf
turn the
box, you
opposite-
can turn that off and on, which I don't know why you would not want it a mirror image because that's confusing. And so, but you can turn that off and on, and I guess you can flip it up and down too if you happen to mount the camera the wrong
I'm
way.
just wondering. I saw some
All those
pictures
cars behind me are
probably-
upside down.
Well, it's not upside down. It's just it's in the round 180 degrees.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering if that would be something to do.
It's probably easy to change. I changed it on my father-in-law's 2014 Santa Fe. It's not difficult. You just some trim panels, take them off, some bolts.
Hey, Ken, you have a good day, brother.
See you,
Is
Ken.
there-
$30 camera.
Ken.
Fun at Costco.
Later, Ken. Love you,
Sounds
brother.
like a fun day.
Is there
Glad I'm not
something
going.
special at Costco? Is this a day we should go to Costco?
Yeah, we're going to Costco's today too, and Bucky's.
Costco
Why
day.
is that? Is there something
It's
special?
Christmas shopping day.
It'll just be packed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's what I'm
If you
afraid
like
of, John.
If,
Yeah,
if you like
that's what I-
crowds, if you like crowds,
I don't
then
do
it's something
Costco's.
special.
I do Sam's Club.
I like to do my Christmas shopping in August. So
Smart man.
I like to do
Boy,
mine
boy.
never. I give
Boy, I
the
went out
wife some
yesterday
money.
and did all that.
Here's some money. Get what you need.
what I don't do
Online.
in August, I do on December.
That's what I
24th.
do, Joe. Is I just give out money, or if the kids want something in particular, I do most of my Christmas shopping on Amazon.
That's it.
Yeah.
On Amazon, or and the wife wants to get certain things. Just sell her some money here. Get what you need. I don't know.
Hey, Joe,
Rodney,
I'm the driver.
Rodney buys
Are you?
FPV drones for all his family, and they're like,
All of
"Oh, I
his
don't want this."
panel
He's
members.
like, I know somebody who does.
John,
Yeah.
I did buy an FPV drone for one of my grandsons.
Did you really?
Yeah, and he got into it for a little bit,
Uh-oh.
and then I think he just gave up on it. Now he's into 3D printing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
So-
that
cool,
could be a
too.
profession.
Yeah, and so
Still yet to pull a trigger on a printer. My boss and I are going halves on a Bamboo P1S.
nice.
I
And we
just
just-
saw one
we
of
just-
them
Yeah.
on YouTube. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're nice.
You can't go wrong with bamboo.
We need, definitely not. We need to print some ABS for this kind of an invention idea that he has, but
Yeah.
it'll be housed at my place, so that's cool.
Awesome.
I've been
That's what I
printing
need to
these-
find. I
printing
need to find
these,
somebody to go in halves or thirds on a printer and keep it here.
Keep it at your place, yeah. Well, you're married,
So-
right? You, your wife, and then
Yeah,
some
right. Yeah,
So
right.
where were those designs made, John?
They were just on Bamboo has like a maker's, like a place where they have all these different designs.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Just
got you.
go on.
Okay, if you go to lithophane. Is it .com or .org?
I think it's
Lithomaker.org maybe. Hang on a second, I'll
Lithomaker?
show you exactly.
hang on a minute.
John, is the Splicer program fairly not the Splicer program, but like the create, like if I want to make something, create
haven't
it out
done
of
a
my
lot.
mind.
I haven't done a lot, but it looks pretty
It's-
easy.
I have this Lithophane Maker desktop.
Lithophane.org is the source of that apparently.
Okay.
And
I'll check it out.
no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. That's a Shopify thing.
Shopify.
Yeah, hang on a second. Anyway, what you can do is
I'm putting the link in the chat, Dennis, or at least to the
Yeah.
one I use.
Oh, okay. But John Coopy is a great resource. I mean, he helped me out a lot.
Good call.
There's not a lot to set them up. but-
Lithophane.com. You can go to that website, or you can get the app that Rodney's pointing
Okay.
out, and you can just upload your photographs to that, and they will let you download the STL to make that lithophane in a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
Like John, I saw you had a globe and you had a cylinder or a disc.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and there are flat ones, there are curved ones.
Yep.
And this lithophane-maker.com and probably the app that Rodney has, they're able to, you give it the parameters, you tell it how big and so on, and it'll make an STL for you. Then you can send that STL off to somebody like Rodney or me who has a printer and you know, with $1,000 or something, and they'll print one for you.
Oh, gee,
Good deal.
Dennis, I'm thinking
I
more
do
like
it for
2,000.
$500. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'll check
Hey,
that
Dennis, that mount we were just talking about in the
Yes.
email there. Yeah.
I
The
do
whole
that
point.
for 500, by the way.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
out. $4.99
I gotta get-
here.
So I got to get the camera that's only $359 so I can get the $400 mount to go on the drone.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Yes, no go.
No, I just got to wait to see which one I can get because
Yeah,
I'm gonna look on like eBay or whatever and try and find. I don't want to get a brand new one and crash it with the the freestyle and then bust
Yeah,
up
that
a
would be
$400 camera, you know.
And I
So
imagine that the Go 4 is a little bit heavy. Sorry, we're up to 4, right? Which one do
no,
I have?
the latest one is the Insta360 Go 3.
Go 3. Okay, I
So
imagine that's a little heavier than the Go 2.
yeah,
I had a Go 2, but Rodney has that now.
yeah, my goal is to get the 2 because I know the 1 is limited when you start it. I remember reading about it. It only goes for like 5 minutes in FPV mode, and then it shuts off right away.
Have you
So
looked into the Peanut?
yeah, then I got to solder a wire, you know, a wire down to the 5 watt lead, and then have that plug to go in. That's only about what $150 for that guy.
Yeah, but that's made by Insta360 in
Isn't that
partnership
don't they call that the thumb
with
cam?
hmm?
Isn't that called the thumb cam, Peanut?
I don't
No,
know that
I
much
think
about it.
I think that's a different one. I'm not positive on it, but I think that I think the thumb cam is different from the
Right.
Peanut, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody in the chat can
Peanut
correct me.
was made by
Yeah.
Insta360 in conjunction with another company that you know if you're flying FPV drones. I
I
can't
think the
remember what it
thumb
was
was
though.
wasn't it Run Cam Thumb? Run Cam Thumb
That
Pro.
might be
Mm.
Peanut.
Caddx Peanut. Unlimited vertical
Caddx.
said
Caddx,
Caddx
that's the
Peanut.
one.
Yeah, thank you,
It's
John.
basically a go-to.
Yeah, it is a go-to. It's the same form factor as a go-to, in fact, but it makes its videos round rather than rectangular. And there may be other differences besides that, but basically it's internally it's Insta360's go-to camera. But it's supposed to be a little bit lighter, and I think you can get FPV mounts for it. That's the
Yeah,
point.
I'm looking at it right now.
Orange Johnny.
And I don't know,
Ballet.
I'm seeing prices in the range of 259. Those are for new, 239.
Yeah, 259.
So now if you start looking on eBay for a FPV Peanut or Peanut FPV or
Yeah,
Caddx Peanut, something like that, you may find a good price for
yeah,
that. It's just another alternative, that's all.
yep. Morning, Johnny.
Not trying to
morning.
push you away from Insta360. People know I'm a fan of Insta360.
I'm happy with the Action 2 for FPV stuff.
Yeah, it's good. They make good cameras.
Actually,
They truly do.
Yeah, your drones are a little bit bigger than mine, though.
True, I do only have it on my 5-inch. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
I
a
don't
mount
think
from my Gran Torino 3.5-inch, but just
I don't think the freestyle will be able to lift it.
which one?
Tiny Hawk freestyle.
Tiny Hawk. Yeah, you ain't finding an Action 2 on a Tiny Hawk.
No. I got Brad actually working on a battery mount for the top of my Tiny Hawk because every time you hit the ground, the battery goes and flies
damn.
off, and so you have to disarm when you know you're about to hit the ground, disarm because the battery's coming out, and I don't want it to hit the props.
Right.
So I designed a battery mount that goes on top that the battery slides into, and then one strap around it, and it should hold it all nice and neat. And I put a GoPro mount, designed that on the top of it, so it's only like that big by whatever,
Yeah.
just enough to hold a battery.
Mhm.
And but he's working on it. We had it at the walls at half a millimeter, wasn't working. It was coming apart without anything in there. So it's going to take some tweaking, but we'll see.
Fun part of printing, right? The rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
point.
That's for sure.
Well, I put mine in the freezer overnight, my GoPro, because of that wedding where it shut off on me. And this morning I took it out of the freezer and it was nice and cold and everything.
I'm sure.
So of course I cut it on and it works. Why did it cut off at the wedding a minute into the recording? I have not a clue. So I'm like, it makes no sense.
Which one is that, Phil?
I'll be right
GoPro,
back, guys.
GoPro
Okay.
10.
Yeah.
And
10s were, I mean, they just had a lot of problems with them overheating, I guess.
Yeah.
Never owned a GoPro.
Just use it only under refrigerated conditions and you should be fine.
That's,
No, well,
South.
I thought maybe it shut down after a minute because it was cold. It was like 45 degrees somewhere around there outside, and it's been outside all day. So I'm just wondering if the coldness did it.
45.
So that's what I put in the freezer last night and let it sit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
was
your
like,
summertime
45
temperatures,
degrees.
John.
What,
45 is like,
I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be overheating at 45 degrees Celsius
no.
outside.
no, and that's what and it shouldn't overheat after a minute.
All right.
And that's one click recording. That's what I did is I walked down there and just hit the button. It started up, and I said, "Okay, cool," and went about my other business, doing some other things. And when I
You just
checked
did
the
it the one
video, it
time?
only had a minute.
You've just seen it do it just that one time, though. You haven't had issues with it repeatedly like that.
I've had some overheating issues before at bandos and stuff, and that's normal, because you're sitting there letting it run constantly, and that's going to be normal, especially if you're running 4K off of it.
Right.
So I have lowered it down to 1080 just because of the fact it overheats after like 20 minutes. So
Somebody doing some dishes.
You in a restaurant or something?
Yeah, I'm in a restaurant. I'm in the Chumine
Busting the
restaurant.
tables. Oh, gotta go bust
Is that your wife's way of saying breakfast is ready? Bang, 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 bang.
That's my wife's
With the
way of saying
evil eye coming
time to
at
do
you,
the
right?
dishes.
Yeah, I'll order pancakes.
Philip wants pancakes, Chumine.
Good luck, Philip. I don't think
Yeah.
it's happening.
Yeah, good luck, Philip.
We yeah, thanks.
Try again.
Yeah.
Try again tomorrow.
Sounds like
Yeah.
you're gonna have to go buy several more GoPros and mount them all around and have them all running so you make sure you get the coverage you need.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to buy another GoPro. Especially now that Skydios bought them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Really?
They bought
It was-
patents. I don't know that they bought them.
Okay. They bought the
patents.
patents.
Yeah. A lot of patents.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But
Well.
still, I mean, and their stock has dramatically decreased. Because I can
Well,
remember
their
years
quality
ago.
has dramatically decreased, right?
There you go. I mean, if you watch Dave Shattuck's some of his stuff a while back when he was having so much trouble.
11 mini, right?
Yeah. He was having tons of trouble with his GoPros.
Yeah, I think he went through 5 or 6 of them that he sent back that were overheating. The 11 minis, like after no time.
Yeah. And those were like the sessions or something like that, wasn't it? Or the small ones?
Minis.
I mean, it was smaller. The 11 mini was smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one, I like this one. It's got the 133 lens on it, the mod lens, and it does the best ones for the wide shots and stuff. And it's perfect for weddings and stuff if you set it up close to them, because you're not only capturing them, but you're capturing, of course, the spectators too. So, but I don't know. I may end up. I'm looking at a laptop this year. They said, "What do you want for Christmas?" I said, "Money."
Send money.
Lots of money. And I said, because I'm going to get me I'm probably going to end up paying about $1,200 for a laptop, but I want something that I can rely on. I'm still using 4-year-old laptops. This one on in the garage, it's a Dell, and it's 4.5 years old, but it still does good. It's got 32 gigs of memory in it.
Yeah.
It's an i7, but
i7 is still pretty much a standard.
Yeah,
processor.
but it depends on how many cores you're getting. I mean, like
True.
this one's like a 6 core, and the one I'm looking at is 15 core. I think it was
My
15
laptop
core.
is my laptop's an 8th gen i7 that I upgraded to 16 gigs of RAM. It was 8. And it was good for, it's like 4 or 5 years old, same as yours. And I recently got a budget gaming PC that I don't game, but more of a desktop tower. So.
Yeah, but you do editing, don't you, Joe?
I do, and it's a lot faster on the editing. Yeah, the new one's a Ryzen 9 with 32 gigs of RAM. I like it a lot.
That's what I did when I bought mine. I used to have a Lenovo and it was struggling on DaVinci.
That's my laptop.
And I did I bought an HP, but it's a gaming one. It has the high speed video cards and you know all that stuff because of editing. Because I was tired of it of pausing and stuttering and all that stuff. You know, when you're trying to watch the playback, is it working right? I just had one last night. I was doing a engagement video that I filmed, and I had one picture that was doing that stuttering thing, and I went ahead and rendered it in place. And when it came back on, the background was gone, so I had to start all over with it again. But anyway, that's why I went with the higher speed on the video card, bigger RAM, all that stuff to make sure it had enough to do video editing. Sure. Especially DaVinci, it takes a lot of power, a lot of memory
resources
to do video, all that stuff.
My computer, I bought a computer and I bought the i9 processor, has 32 gigabits of memory, and is it 32 bits?
32 gigs of RAM.
I think maybe it's 64 gigs of RAM. And the 460 video card and 2 terabyte not the SSD, but the slot that fits in like a card.
Yeah, hard memory
drive,
chip.
M2 drive, yeah. And then it has an 8 gigabit hard drive.
You're talking about SSD M2, yeah.
So.
And now I don't remember which one I have on
that. Now, talking to all the editors out there, Ken Dono's videos, you know how they go in, like he goes in through a door.
Mm-hmm.
What is that called, and how do you do it?
That's you can speed ramp it. A couple things: speed ramp it, and then transition would be. I use Filmora, which is a beginner program, but it has a lot of good stuff. In transitions, it would be called warp zoom.
Okay.
Like that.
So and there's one that goes in, and there's one that goes out, and then of course you can drag it for how fast and slow you want it to move.
I think that's I think that's the key I'm missing is the doing the speed.
And do the like speed ramp at the end of going into the door, whatever it is, and then speed ramp the beginning of the next clip, and then put the transition between the two, and you'll get that.
Right.
Okay.
You'll get that flow.
That's all they do. It's just speed ramping.
Mm-hmm. And the key in the art comes into is adjusting how fast and slow your transition moves to make it A, match the music, B, match the video, you know what I mean?
And then that's what's messing with me right now is the reason why I want a new laptop. Because I'm having it's starting to get so jerky now to where I can't actually see the flow happening when I'm doing it.
Are you rendering it after you do that? Are you hitting the render button?
Mm-mm.
You do that because you have to do that in Filmora. I'm sure that with a lesser equipped computer, you'll have to do that. When you've got your footage and there's the red line all the way across the top, hit the render button and let it just go until it's green. You'll see it moving green, and once it's done, it's rendered for smooth playback, and then watch it and it's smooth. If you make a change to a clip, say you need to slow it down 5%, whatever it is, it's going to go back to red over that clip. Just re-render it so it goes to smooth, and then you're good.
And you can do each section like that too, Philip. If you do something like you're going to do the speed ramp and the blur and all that, you can actually put that together, highlight that section, render just that one. It'll put it in a separate file. then you can bring it back into your film and it'll be all good and it'll play perfectly.
Yeah, and I think on Filmora that's called it'll come to me, but they have you can highlight what you just said, Mike.
Yeah.
Right.
Composite.
I don't know if
I don't
it's
think it's
composite.
It was a
composite.
guess. Anyway, does
It'll come to me.
Filmora support proxy media?
Yeah.
There's another thing you might do, Philip, if you're not doing it already. It's take your
Automatically
4K footage and make a proxy that's say 1080.
Yeah, I do proxies. I do
Okay.
proxies.
All right.
And do you
But, I
also
mean-
use your GPU?
Yeah,
You,
I did.
okay.
I did that too.
use
And
the GPU for processing.
so I'm like, okay, the more updates that Filmora does, the worse it gets now.
The more needy it gets on your resources, right? Yep.
Yeah,
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 they've
because
learned that from
It
Microsoft.
starts taxing your computer.
yeah, and that's
Because of
what's
the-
happening. It's time for a new one.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
It sucks that you're like, oh, I can do all this and it looks good, but then all of a sudden you get that stuttering and all that other stuff. You're like, dang it, now I got to spend more money on another computer to.
And you
Yeah,
get
just
Windows
to do
87, insufficient money spent.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like for gun owners, ESS, empty safe syndrome.
well, it just gets to that point sometimes where you're like, okay, I'm gonna quit on this for right now and come back to it later.
Oh yeah,
and later is later, you know,
Yeah.
and
and it's
you're like,
frustrating.
yeah, you
It's
lose
very frustrating.
you lose your you lose your
Your mojo.
focus,
Yeah.
your
Mojo.
I was
all
going to say
that
that,
stuff.
Jill.
Right. Do you,
Yeah.
and when you go
JoJo
in and start
mojo.
an edit, yeah, right. When you start an edit, you go in and just put it all in, like put everything in the editor, color grade it. Like that's what I do. I put everything in there
That's
that
what,
may
the
potentially
first thing I
use.
do is throw everything in there, color grade my stuff,
Yeah.
and then I
Render
start cutting pieces out
No,
and
render it. No, render it first.
Render
Okay.
Do your color grading and render it and go eat a sandwich.
I'll try
Good.
that.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
up there, go walk away
Okay.
and whatever. And then render it. Let that red line go to green and then start cutting it up to your music and doing all that because it'll already be rendered for smooth playback.
Should I proxy it or just render it?
I have mine to set to automatically proxy files over 1080 in the preferences tab, I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's where it's at. All right. I'll try that.
And I'll put
Guys.
it all in there. And like I said, color grade it, walk away for whatever. I mean, go whatever. Go Uber for a little bit. I do that part-time, just let it do its thing and then come back and edit later.
Guys, I gotta drop out. Time to get to work.
All right, John.
See
Hey,
you,
John.
man.
See you, buddy.
Good to
Stay-
see everybody.
stay warm,
Have
buddy.
a great
You too,
Saturday.
man.
I will.
Have a
I
great
will.
Saturday, buddy.
All right. Take
See ya.
care. Bye-bye.
I'm fixing to go take a shower myself, and I got to get up in the attic and
Well,
take
hey,
Christmas
man, that
down.
thing up here is terrible,
I'm
Philip.
smelling me,
I
bro.
know, I'm-
Wait a
I'm
minute.
only in Georgia. He's
Wait a
in
minute.
Alabama,
That's what I've
and
been smelling.
It is Saturday, okay?
We
So
will
this-
appreciate you taking your shower.
Hold
That's what
hold on. Let me look at my
Gotta
shirt
take a
real
shower,
quick.
what? Because it's Saturday.
It's bad. Does that mean bath day or what?
My shirt. I'm wearing Monday shirt.
It's got to be even worse for Dennis. He's in Georgia. He's right
I
next
know.
to it.
It's not that far away.
Hey, there's no
Get them
wind.
to
The
out
hours
there
are
and
getting
eat.
intense up here.
Oh, look, a drone. Oh,
You know
wait
what
a
I
minute.
found fascinating? I watched a 20-minute segment because I'd not heard of this until yesterday, and I watched a 20-minute segment, one video presentation from some news media that was talking about this, and every one of the drones that they showed had 3 lights, and they were red, green, and white. Right, every one of them, and they had the same configuration, and they talked to many, many, many different people, but they clearly were the same drone in the picture. I just thought that was kind of interesting. 20-minute segment.
And
Well,
how many was there? One or
Oh,
two?
Plenty. No, there
Yeah.
were, 20 minutes. They showed this guy and that guy and another guy, and they all had the same light configuration.
well, my cousin calls me last night and she says, "Are you keeping up with this drone situation?" And I said, "Yeah." a little bit. And she goes, I said, what's going on? And she goes, one of them just crashed and in somebody's backyard, and they have got the place surrounded, and the hazmat team is over there, and they are keeping people away from it. And I turned around and I said, well, okay, let me see what I can do. I'll look it up, and see what's going on. I didn't find it anywhere.
No, that's.
You're like, okay. Oh. And then I had a coworker yesterday. Hey, I just want to ask you a question. I said, if it's about the drone thing, I don't know. And she goes, okay. She went back.
The UFO
Carry on.
visited 2024. That's what it is. So
Yeah.
Eric
Yeah,
Rose, good morning.
My buddy called. He sent me a text a couple weeks ago, right when all that was starting. And he goes, "You need a license to fly drones and do all this stuff around and be close to Air Force bases." And I go, and that was the way he put it. Didn't put a question mark or anything on there. So I wrote back. I said, "Is that a question or a statement? Are you telling me I need to have this stuff, or are you asking me if I have this stuff?" And he said back, "Question." I said, "Okay, yes, you're supposed to have all that stuff." So
Punctuation is key.
still, that doesn't mean you can fly near airports, right? Or
Well,
can't
no,
vote.
it doesn't. And it's like one of them I chatted out that if this was me, and I wouldn't be flying right now because they'd be surrounding me.
yeah. No one will ever make me believe that this can be that prevalent and nobody can figure out what it is.
oh no.
No.
Yeah.
Well, when they came on the other day and they said, "Well, we've got it figured out what it is. It's our stuff. It's not a danger to anybody. Don't worry about it. Go on about your day." My buddy calls me up. "That's bullshit. I know that, but like, dude, come on."
Well, hey, come on. I mean, you got cameras now that can do infrared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
The only video they have is
LiDAR.
from a cell phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, only cell phones can see them apparently. So
Apparently, that's what it is.
Well, or the one the other day about they live in Jersey and they were unable to take off with their drone. And
Yeah, I
I'm
heard
like,
that.
okay, you must have been in the TFR area, or
Yeah.
maybe you've got a DJI that said, hey, you can't take off in this area.
what does it mean if you're unable to fly? Is there a message? Does
Yeah,
it just take off, or-
that was just a small statement that he was
Yeah.
unable to take off out of his driveway, and which is really weird. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you just,
You don't get it. That's
Yeah.
there's
The
not
last
enough
time I got an
information there.
official
To,
curmudgeon, I guess. So
what
The
don't they
last
have?
time I fly my Air 2 at my company's office, which is not that far off the base in Dennis, we had this problem when you spent the night there in Dogwood.
yeah,
If you go to take off and you got a DJI drone, it will tell you that you are too close to a military base and cannot fly. And
right.
and not so much those words, but it does
Yeah,
tell
but-
you
yeah.
you're near a military base and cannot fly.
It says
So-
you're in a restricted
yeah, but they're
area.
spying on everybody, right? That's why we
Yeah.
need to ban them, because they're spying on everybody.
Well, there's people here that are saying that there's drones looking in their windows and stuff like that, and I'm not going to say that I don't believe them, because it's possible. You've got bad players out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's just crazy that this first started happening in England. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
There were
I
drones
don't
flying
follow
Lake
around
and
military
Heath.
bases.
Mildenhall, Lake and Heath, and one other one.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden now they're showing up in New Jersey, and some senator is saying that they're coming off an Iranian
I heard that too.
Mothership.
the mothership, and
But they can't find the mothership out in the ocean.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. They can track down the guy that shot the CEO, but they can't track down these drones.
well,
Yeah.
as far as the
Well, those
mothership,
drones have not been in a McDonald's recently. That's
Absolutely.
it's an Iranian submarine. It surfaces to launch and then dives to, you know, avoid detection.
And when it surfaces, it's what, invisible?
Yeah.
Huh?
When
Oh
it
yeah,
surfaces,
yeah.
it's
When it's on
invisible.
surface, it's invisible. But see,
It's got a cloak over it.
yeah,
Gotcha.
The cloak of invisibility.
it's got a cloaking device.
That's it.
Oh well.
So these are the Klingon Iranians.
Right, right.
Romulan. You got to
Romulan.
Romulans.
Those damn
You know,
Romulans.
Philip, I saw you were talking about your cousin
trust
said that they had a drone that crashed in the backyard or whatever. I just saw a video yesterday. I don't know how true it is, but they're like, look at this. There's a drone crashed in the middle of the freeway, you know, in the median. There was something as he was driving over a bridge. So, but you couldn't really tell what it was, but there is traffic everywhere and police everywhere and all that stuff. So,
And of course, nobody ever found it, right?
oh no, well, it was there. You saw it when he drove over the bridge. He could film it, but I couldn't tell if it was a drone or a semi or, you know, a car upside down or whatever.
Or a tree,
it was too
right?
far away to actually
bush.
tell what it was.
There's
Maybe it was a
been
burning
more.
bush.
There's been more flipped over Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles than drones sightings. Okay.
I came back at the right time, I guess.
We've been
Oh,
missing you,
man.
Joe. It was really, you know, I don't know what's happened, but suddenly, for some reason, on Rodney's channel, we're talking about drones. I can't understand it.
I'm on the wrong channel. Dadgummit.
Dadgummit.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm hoping to be able to fly. Speaking of drones, I hope to be able to fly sometime in the next few days. Maybe we got a little light rain on Monday, but
Yeah,
I mean, a little
I missed
slow things
I
to
did
rain.
my live stream today with the clouds in view, but tomorrow we're supposed to have rain, so I won't do that again today. Tomorrow.
So
That's-
that reminds me, Charlie did a live stream this morning, so apparently they didn't hold him at the hospital. So I'm going to assume that he's going to be doing his live stream
Good.
tomorrow morning. So
Good. And what happened with Charlie?
He was sent to the hospital. I don't know what the Rodney may know more.
That's
I
all I
don't know
heard
what the
was that he
diagnosis
was in the
was.
hospital.
There was
Nah, I
I
heard
hadn't heard.
he was at, I guess he was doing something at PT and they felt like they needed to send him to the hospital. Joan Bum would know more, but
yeah.
you know, I'm not going to speculate what happened to him.
No, I'm not either. I won't do that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
he's all
whatever
right.
it was. you
Why
know,
was he at
if there was
PT
cause
though?
enough to
I
send
hadn't
him to the
heard.
hospital, I think, you know, it's still good to pray for him. So
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if he's back
Yeah.
home.
No matter what. I mean,
Mike, I don't know why he was at PT,
Okay.
but like Dennis said, you know, just continue to pray for him
Absolutely.
and he did do a live stream this morning.
That's great. Fantastic.
And I'm going to post the link to his channel.
his new channel.
Go back and get the replay.
Yeah, because the old channel, those who don't know, the old channel won't work for you anymore.
Yeah. What a bum deal. Golly.
Well,
What a
and
shame.
I
that
don't know
can
what the
have
details
something to
were
do with
behind
his
it, but I
health
know
too. You know.
YouTube took his channel away from him one way or another.
So he was in the hospital for 11 hours last night.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
And he did go live this morning. He was on while you were on, Dennis. I was dual streaming, so I had both of them on. I think he is planning on doing the sunrise tomorrow, as best I could tell.
All
Good.
right.
And that's the link to his new channel. So, and he's got 68 subscribers. He apparently lost a lot of subscribers because of that mess with YouTube.
Well, you lost all of them, right?
What is it?
I mean,
Yeah.
you lost
Does anybody
shut him
know?
down?
Like I don't know. Does anybody know? I mean, I have to say whatever if it's something secretive, but like, what the hell happened?
One of the videos he posted and was unacceptable to the community standards, you know,
The sad thing was he was trying to help out a friend.
Yes, that's the really sad thing. He was just helping out a friend, like Scott said, and
Damn. I hate that. I hate that.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad I grew up when I did, because growing up in the woke world is a bunch of nonsense.
Oh,
I guess we're living through it right now, and these are some of the consequences for it. And that being said, though, I do know there's some nefarious people out there that do a lot of exploitation. So
Yeah.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Scott.
yes,
Is
yes.
that sheetrock hanging behind you?
Yeah. And look, you guys always need to be careful. Do not be talking about me when I'm not around, because I'm still around.
well, we're not going to wait till you're gone to talk about you. That wouldn't be any fun.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is I usually let this be background noise while I'm working or something. So
Philip, you need to play that song right now.
and I'm not like I pay attention to. I actually listen and read chat. So
Scott the looker.
That's why there ain't no tape and mud on those seams over your head.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
You're exactly right. Right now, I'm chasing one wire that got punched back in the wall. That somehow I'm like, man, I don't want to have to take a sheetrock off to go get it. But just one. It's just one. But I don't know. Anyway.
Good morning, Wow Info.
All right. Well, I just want to give you an update on Charlie. At least what I knew.
Glad you
He was actually flying in his usual park, and the wing guys were showing up when he finally went off air. So
do you know why he went in the hospital, or are you at liberty to say? Or
I just assume not to say. I'm sure it will come out. So
yeah.
Well, just pray for him. Pray.
I usually will only divulge what I know has gone public. That like he said that on his live stream. That's the only reason why I'm saying what I said. So
the views on the show does not reflect the views of the.
So I mean, if you want to go confirm it, go watch his live stream that he had this morning. And I don't know.
So as the views on this show, the views expressed by any participants in this panel do not express the views of those we're gossiping about.
What's the lawyer one where the not every lawyer is good?
Yeah. We got those guys here too.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna bail back out. Y'all have a
thanks,
Thanks for popping in and giving us the update, brother.
Yeah, talk
you
to you
later.
later.
Have a good weekend.
On how to lurk.
You too.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
So,
Rodney, I'm gonna skate too. I'm gonna get some breakfast going. Little one's put their head out here a couple times.
all right, Joe. Well, you have a good one, brother. Hope it quits raining enough for you to go fly, man.
I hope so, man. Appreciate it.
I'll be thinking about you as I'm out there flying today.
I appreciate you, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Absolute hell out of it. See you guys. Appreciate it. Love you.
See you, Joe.
Bye. See you, Joe. Oh man. Well, that's the reason why I'm prepping all this camera gear for tomorrow night, and when we go up to the falls, and they got this Christmas light extravaganza and everything, and so told my wife, I said I'm probably going, if any, I'm gonna do a little bit of flying, but everything else is gonna be ground, because I don't know what's up there until I get there. So I might not be able to fly, but at least I got some stuff to do some ground shots.
Nice.
So, and I need to get out. I need to get out and do some Christmas light shooting like I normally do. I normally get out with the drone and do some shooting. Not shoot the lights out, okay?
I thought you were saying you're getting ready to put your lights up.
Oh, my lights are up outside already. I'll show you a picture, but it'll be just a picture.
We started about right after Halloween putting ours up.
Well, we got the outside done. We've got a Christmas tree that's lit in the living room.
Hey,
Has
Barkley, you
nothing
have a
on
good
it.
day, brother.
So I got to
Sorry.
drag the rest of the stuff down from the attic. I got up in the attic the other day and I was like, between the combination of my stuff throughout the years and the combination of Angie's stuff throughout the years, there's a lot of bins upstairs and some of the stuff we never bring down. Hey, Barkley, how you doing, sir?
See you, Barkley. I don't. Scott didn't hear me, but I was asking if he got his lurking advice from Barkley.
Oh. Well, I can't say this for sure, but I have a funny feeling Barkley got his lurking skills from Scott.
From Scott, that's true, because he was the king of lurkers for a while till he
Yeah.
was discovered.
When I met him back in 2019 at the first spin up I went to.
Not 2019. Sure not.
Yeah, long time ago.
Scott?
I'm pretty sure it was either that one or the next one. But anyway, he told me then he had lurked on my channels. So.
Wow, that's a long time.
I know. 2019.
Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
It does.
Time flies when you're lurking around.
Look at this year. I mean, I was talking to someone the other day. It just seems like that New Year's was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I was on a cruise ship last New Year's, and it seems like we're still on the cruise. We just got off the cruise ship.
Yeah.
It flew by quick.
Yeah. 2021, Scott says.
Yeah.
Thanks for keeping me honest, Scott. I thought it was 2019, but I'm probably wrong.
It's a good thing he's not lurking. That's all I can say.
I know.
Good thing he's not lurking.
Now, see, I may be wrong completely because look at this. He was at Spin Up and nobody knew I was there. I had to show pictures to prove it.
Hey, I was at Monroe one time and he was there for 2 hours before I even realized he was been there.
But these guys are good at what they do.
Yeah. They have cloaking.
Yeah. Part Romulan.
Part ramen.
Part Romulan.
Oh man.
Well, I'm going to go too, Rodney. Since
I'm going to close this one down.
I just sent you. I just sent you a picture, Rodney. I didn't know if you.
Let's see.
It's just.
First.
Let me see the picture.
It's not a big deal.
Oh, it won't take but just a minute to get it up here.
I sent it to your Facebook.
Yep.
That's our house.
Wow.
Very, very, very fine house.
Thank you.
Wow, that's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Look at the garage, man. It's got a little fireplace and everything.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool.
I got a 3-minute video I did too, but there's no music or anything. It's just for me.
So how long did it take you to set that up?
Dude, it's like weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I can imagine, yeah.
That's why I said we start
still be
right
there in
after
March?
Halloween. We start on the big tree that's on the left, and I wrap the whole trunk and up into the branches and all that, and then I do the roof lights and all that, and then we work on it's just every day. And now that I'm retired, I can do it during the day and not after work on the weekdays.
Wow. Yeah, if I were to do something like that, it would still be there in November.
Well, that's the point is we do so much that we want it to be ready to go for Thanksgiving evening that night, and we start it then. We don't do all this for like showing for 2 weeks or a week at a time. That's it. It's it's too much work to do. And
oh, I cannot imagine.
Yeah, long story short, we have a cul-de-sac right down the street from us that used to do the entire cul-de-sac would decorate all the way around, and it was buses coming by and just traffic all the time. So we were watching all that, and my wife and I are like, well, we need to step our game up here because there's a big deal going on in the cul-de-sac. So we started doing that. Then 2008 came. Everybody in the cul-de-sac except for 2 people lost their house, and
Right.
the one guy kept it going. And he had like a 40-foot snowman that he would put up with an extension ladder and all that. And you could
Wow.
see it for out on the main street, and that would draw
Yeah.
people in. Well, he's since passed away, and
Oh,
now there's nobody in the cul-de-sac doing anything. We're the only ones on the block that do anything anymore like this. And, you know, people come by and they're always saying, when are you going to put the lights up this year? Are you going to do, you know, so
yeah.
it's kind of a thing now.
Interestingly enough, we have a place not far from here called Gaddy's Farm. It's run by Mike Gaddy, and he has an amazing display. It's he has a bigger farm than your property apparently, so it's
Yep.
you know, there's more to it. But yeah, he
Yeah.
does that every year, and you can see that he's set up a lot of this. Probably, I haven't kept track, but around October or so, you can start to see this beginning to happen. So
Yeah.
he just runs it from Thanksgiving to January the 2nd, and that's it.
Yeah, we go the first weekend of January, and after that it goes off and we start tearing it down. Takes us like 2 days to tear everything down because we got to unwrap the tree and all that stuff. But
I cannot
Yeah.
imagine that there's so much effort that goes into this stuff. My
Yeah.
hat's off to you, bud. Good
you
job.
know,
Yep.
thinking about
Yeah,
the wife is always like, what can we do? What can we do? And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
do this, do that. I mean, I got a gingerbread house. I have a fog machine on that makes it look like there's smoke coming out of the chimney and
Oh, wow.
all that
Wow.
stuff. But
Cool stuff.
anyway,
Very
I'm not
good.
trying to brag. I hope it doesn't sound
No,
like I'm
no, it's
bragging.
good.
but-
It's good.
No,
no.
and I know what it takes because I mean it takes a good bit. I mean, I was back when I lived over in Alabaster. I used to do the music, lights and the music with the control boards and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And I'd be out there at 10 o'clock at night with a headlamp on, looking at a control board, wiring it up and everything.
Yeah.
My neighbors was like, that guy's crazy. You know,
Now, wait
he
a
has
minute. You used to live in Alabaster, Alabama?
Alabaster, Alabama.
Oh, my goodness.
Alabaster,
Alabama. Wow.
Alabama. That's
crazy.
kind of like
I didn't know there was a place like that.
yeah. Alabaster's huge. I mean, they've got the #1 high school team. They've won
Wow.
they won 4 6A championships in a row.
My goodness.
So, or 7A. I think they're 7A. Look back at some of my fireworks videos. I got
Okay, I'll do
Alabaster
that.
fireworks video out there.
Cool.
I've showed the stadium and everything like that. They spent, was it six? I want to say $68 million on their high school.
Wow.
I want to say that it was 68 million or something like that. It was some absurd amount of money for a high school, and it looks like basically it's got a big old what do you call those things? Not tundra.
Gazebo.
Well, no, it's where you walk in, it's got the big old like the Capitals and stuff.
You mean like a rotunda?
A rotunda.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic.
Rotunda.
Rotunda,
Hey,
yeah. I
Hey,
know I said it
Philip, Steve Jennis is posting a link to your channel. Is there a particular video on your channel that he's trying to draw our attention to?
For which one? As Phil's coach has.
Don't know. He's got it on there twice.
Yeah. I think he's wanting me to share it, but
That's my channel. That's my
your
actual channel.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you had a new video up or something that.
I do have the pigeon video. That's the
That's what
last
it
one I
probably
did.
is.
Yeah, I shared that last week.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
That's the last one I did. Unless I had a live show with Ken Herron, and I had that one.
Well, if you read the chat there, he said, watch this. And then Jack Rabbit said, are you talking about the bird one? And he said, no, here's the links.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I'll leave it up to you.
Oops. Okay. He says, oops. Damn it. Here is the correct one. Okay.
There you go.
I hope that's it. What is it?
Video unavailable.
Video unavailable. It's private, it says.
It's private. Oh, is that the one where I'm sitting around naked?
I hope not.
I
No,
hope
that
not.
would be. I hope.
I don't want to start my weekend off with that. I have to wear sunglasses for the rest of the weekend.
Okay. Steve, when I go to that link, it tells me the video is not available. Yeah, it says video unavailable. It's private. So
Privat.
What? How come Steve can see it and nobody else can? It might be my live stream video that I was sitting around naked.
no
Damn
problem, Steve. No problem.
it. And how did Steve get it? Damn YouTube. Damn you, YouTube.
All right, guys. All right. So you guys have a good weekend, man. I know, Philip, you wanted to leave, and Dennis. So
Yeah,
The
if you
drone
want to
site,
keep
you
going,
start
I'm
putting
more than
down.
willing. But
I'm gonna go. We'll see ya.
all right, Dennis, have a good one, brother.
See you, Dennis.
Too.
I'll
Bye-bye.
see you
see you,
guys.
Dennis.
Michael, have a good one.
You
Philip,
too. Philip, good
You
luck
have a
on
good
your
one?
shoot.
Y'all come back and see us.
yes, sir. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being in the chat. I hope you enjoyed it today. Yeah, we did talk about drones today. That's unusual for this channel. But anyway, don't forget tomorrow morning, I'm going to guess that Charlie will be starting off, which means I will not be in the lineup. But if for some reason he has to bow out, then I will definitely pop in his place. Following Charlie will be Dennis Lovelady. Following Dennis Lovelady will be Chris Hope. If he's not hunting, I believe he said he wasn't going to be flying tomorrow because he was going to be hunting, but I can't confirm that right now. But anyway, if he does fly, he'll be after Dennis, and then after Chris will be Johnny Droneflyer with Drones and Coffee. And Drones and Coffee will be after Dennis Lovelady if Chris doesn't fly. All right, folks. You all have a great day. Say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for our men and women in uniform. Say a prayer for our first responders. And say a prayer for Charlie and everybody else that needs prayers. If you had a birthday this week, happy birthday. If you got one coming up, happy birthday. And we'll see y'all next Saturday. Love y'all. Bye now.